हविषा विधेम कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम वंदनीय मातृशक्ति, दूर दूर से हमारे साथ इस कथा प्रसंग में जुड़े हुए भाइयों बहनों, प्यारे बच्चों, आदर और सम्मान के योग्य आर्य समाज वेस्ट मिडलैंड के प्रधान जी डॉक्टर नरेंद्र कुमार, बहुत ही खुशी की बात होती है, हम हर रोज देख रहे हैं बेटी शीर्षा हमारे साथ जुड़ती है, शीर्षा, और she tries to understand our talk. Yeah, I can understand that it is difficult to understand Hindi talk for her, but whenever I think to translate it into a bit English, then I try to do it, and hopefully it is to be helpful to her to understand. God bless you, Srisha. Thank you. Today I am going to say about Vedon में विज्ञान, sciences in Vedas. As I have promised in beginning that there are so many parts of sciences, physics, chemistry, mathematics, geography, geology, biology, so many kinds of sciences are. Our children used to read it in schools, colleges and university, and I have already told that all roots of sciences are found in Vedas. All roots, and later in coming times, all scientists called Rishi have searched out from the root, and they gave some details, and somewhere in scientific way, numericals, so many numericals and so many theories and so many practicals, and these all have come by search and research by our scientists. So today I would like to explain about gravitation. Gravitation, you have heard the name of gravitation. In physics, our children used to read gravitation, law of gravitation. Mostly nowadays, our children know that law of gravitation has been searched out by Newton, a scientist Newton. Yes, Newton gave so many theories and so many numericals, practical as well, about law of gravitation, but It is all in roots found in Vedas. The law of gravitation you can see in Vedas, in Rig Veda, in Yajurveda, in Atharveda, and somewhere in Samveda as well. There is law of gravitation. So many mantras related law of gravitation. First of all, just I want to attract your mind to the mantras related Ishwar Stuti Prarthna Upasanas. You know, I used to recite whenever I start my speech, Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jatah Patireka Asi Sa Dadhara Prithivim Dyamutema Kasmai Devaya Havisha Vidhema. You can see here Hiranyagarbha means Hiranyadini Padarthini, all shining metals like gold, silver, zinc, iron, and so many metals are in the womb of God. Because God is omnipresent, that is everywhere. So this whole universe, the earth, sky, and all luminous places, these all parts, in combination, is the Garb womb of God, because God is everywhere. God is not sitting in one place, but that is everywhere. So all metals are found in the womb of God, but through the parts of creation. You can understand the earth. If you go into earth, if you dig earth and go in deep, you will find so many metals in the womb of earth as well. If you go in deep in oceans, you will find so many minerals and so many metals as well in the ocean as well. So, God has created, see here, Sa Dadhara Prithivim Dyam Ud Imam. Sa means God, Dadhara means God is holding the earth, Prithivim, the luminous places like sun, moon and stars. So God is holding that place as well, where sun, moon and star live. And Ut means third parts lok, third place which is called Antariksha. There are three lokas, Earth, Prithvi lok, Antariksha, sky, Antariksha lok, and Dev lok means the place of sun, moon and stars. Who is holding these all places? Who has created these all places? None only none other than God. God has created these all things, all parts of the universe, and God is holding these all lokas as well, earth, sky, and all place of sun, moon, and star as well. So sciences starts all parts of sciences, lesson of sciences, teachings of sciences, knowledge of sciences starts from these things. Something is related to earth, some parts of sciences are related to sky, space, and some parts of sciences are related to sun, moon, and stars, graha, nakshatra as well. So, Sadadhara Prithivim, God has set up sun, moon, and earth in a system, in a sequence, and God, not only God has created this whole universe, but God is attracting these all things towards His power, towards Him, and God is holding these all things in balance. How? God has put all the energy of attraction, gravity. God has put the power of gravity in sun, and some power of in this way in moon, and in the earth as well. And God has set up all the power of gravity in ocean as well. So first of all, I would like to explain that, see, the sun is the main source of fire, and ocean is the main source of water. So water always comes towards ocean. Water always comes down, that goes down from upper direction. So in physics, it has been told that water seeks its own level. You pour down some drops of water, some water on the earth, you will see that water has sucked out its level. So it has been told that water seeks its own level. So water always intends to find its main source. So water comes from the sky, from megha, cloud, and that comes on the earth, and that comes down and get merged in the ocean as well. Because why it is? Because ocean is the main source of water. And you see, fire always goes up. Why? Because the place of sun is upper, that is luminous Devlok. So fire always intends to go to its own main source, where it is, sun is the treasure, sun is the main source, main center of all power, energy of fire. So if you burn fire, that goes up. And if you drop water anywhere, if you drop water up at level that comes down, or if you pour some water in a level on ground, then even that goes to its level. So sun, earth and moon, these are three nakshatra, these are called nakshatra, parts of nakshatra. So there is gravity in sun, there is gravity in earth, there is gravity in moon. Sun attracts the earth towards itself, and moon attracts the earth towards itself, and with the effect of attraction power, effects of gravity of sun and moon, the earth is to be balanced in its place. Yes, sun moves on its center, but that is separate speed and separate time, separate situation. Movement of sun is separate situation, and earth also moves on its center, but that is in separate situation and separate role, and moon also moves in its separate situation and in separate role, and these three planets are moving, but these all are being attracted by the power of gravity by each other, and all are staying balanced. But who has put the power of gravitation in these planets? These all are jad, jad. There is a good word used in Vedas or Hindi word, jad. Jad means the things, parts of creation, the things which has no life and no knowledge. As sun has no life, no life. Moon has no life. Earth has no life. Even we see the movement in sun, in moon, and in the earth as well. So where has this movement come from? Who has put the power of movement in these all jal padarth? These things God has set up, because God has created, because God is powerful, God is conscious, God has all type of energy. So first, in creation, God has created the things, and God has first put the power of gravitation in these all parts of creation, and then these things are active to do their jobs. So when and you see, in every month there is Amavasya. Amavasya means full dark night. And there is Purnamasi. Purnamasi means full moon light. And in the full moonlight, water goes towards the moon from the ocean, and with the gravity of ocean, water moves towards moon. This is why we see there is big, lahari, waves. We see big waves in water which is going towards moon, and on the full night it used to be biggest, and that is called in Sanskrit Bhasha or in the Vedic Bhasha, that is called Bhatha, Jwar Bhatha. So Jwar, when the action happens in water and that moves towards moon, then that is called Jwar. And when the action happens in water and that changes in gases, vaspikaran, evaporation, and that goes towards sun, this side you can understand. For your understanding, I would like to say sun. This side is moon and this side is sun, and in middle earth, and with earth there is ocean. So when action happens in water and water changes into evaporation with the heat of sun, then water goes up towards sun. That is called Bhatha. So this is called Jwar Bhatha. And these all actions happen with the effect of gravity of these planets. So हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत् स दाधार पृथिवीं द्यामुतेमा. So it is glory of God, it is beauty of God that He has created this whole universe, and that has given power as well to these all planets, so that these all planets is to be balanced. So fire is attracting by sun, and water is attracting by moon. So you see, the light of moon is to be cool at night, and when it is to be night and when is to be day, when the earth more and more parts of sunlight lies directly on the earth, then that parts is to be day. And when it gets disturbance and impartition, with moon, if moon comes in between, then directly the light of sun doesn't come on the earth, then that time used to be night, and then the light of moon starts to come onto the earth, and light of moon when comes onto the earth attracts due to gravity, because gravity power is in the earth as well. So I can say sun rises in which direction? Sun rises in east directions, and earth moves on its center and is nuclear, and earth moves towards west to east. पश्चिम दिशा से पूर्व दिशा की ओर धरती मूव करती हुई आगे बढ़ती है, and earth moves like a snake snake moves. Earth moves like a snake moves. Even it is used to be balanced. जैसे सांप रेंगता है, उसी तरह से अर्थ भी जो है आगे की ओर मूव करती जाती है. तो महर्षि दयानंद has explained it in detail in ऋग्वेद आदिभाष्य भूमिका. That chapter is अर्थ आकर्षण अनुकर्षण विषयः. Akarshan means gravity, gravitation, going up and coming down. Maharshi Kanad explains in Vaisheshik Darshan, when जो है किसी रोड़े को if you give motion and you put towards upper side, then it goes up. But in a limitation, and when the power, bulk force finishes, then that part of anything that starts to come down. And this process, see, Newton saw and Newton told that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. But even Maharshi Kanad explains उत्प्रेक्षण and ऊंचा जाना, ऊंचाई तो जब ऊपर जाना and नीचे जाना, these all things have been explained in our all Shastras, in Vedas, in Upanishad Prakarana as well. So from that root, our rishis and our all scientists have got the explanation in detail, and they have given gravitation, law of gravitation. So इस तरह से जो है गुरुत्वाकर्षण का जो विस्तार हुआ, समय बहुत जल्दी समाप्त होने लग जाता है, और इसको जब समझना है तो हम in a body, human body, there is 5 main pranas: pran, apan, samman, udan, and these are pranas, parts of pranas. So pranas goes up. Noble point is it starts from noble point and it goes up, and apanas, that comes down. So why it is? Because apanas is the part of water and pranas is the part of fire. Fire always goes up with the gravitation of sun, and apanas, which is the part of water, water always comes down with the gravitation of ocean, samudra. Or in the beginning there was whole ocean and earth came later on. Some modern scientists even searched out and they say that in Asia and in European countries there were so many huge oceans, and the part of earth came later on. And in Upanishad where it has been explained that first there was whole water and later on the earth came into its position. So Jal or Prithvi, Jal, water is liquid and Prithvi is hard, solid, but water and earth is very closed. They live together. So maximum parts of water lives with earth. So from clouds, water comes on the earth, water comes in the ocean, and anything which is related to fire that goes up. So this is all happened due to the gravitation. In Vedas, Rig Veda, and there is a good mantra. Akrishnin rajasa vartamano niveshayan amritam martyam cha hiranmayana savitarathino deva yatu bhuvanani paschan. जैसे God has all the power to attract and make balancing these all things, so sun is also making balance these all things and giving all the power of gravitation. So time is going up now, so I want to close up, and I like to say, request Dr. Narendra Kumar to say a few words in 2 minutes, and if Betty Sirisa intends to say something, she can say. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Acharya. Very, very enlightening, very, very nice talk, and it's good you've given your talk completely in English, so we are grateful to you. Srisha, would you like to say, did you understand?
Yeah, and what I found really, really fascinating, I never ever knew before, it's like the water, like the moon actually has gravity, and it wasn't using that big gravity first. It was the Vedas, they knew it all completely from the start, and then other people, they don't know, and they think they discovered it first. No, it's all been written in Vedas.
2 billion years ago,
Yeah,
at the beginning of creation.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Acharya, so very, very nicely said, and as my granddaughter said, it's all written in Vedas about 2 billion years ago, and people are ignorant because they don't know the Vedic Sanskrit language. So that's how all this. There's so much illiteracy in the world about this, and our India, it was under foreign rule for nearly 800 years. So they tried their best, Mughals, and they tried their best to just destroy the Arya Vedic culture. And
मैंने कहा था 1 मिनट रहता है,
बस 1 मिनट
हो गया तो ज्वाइन करना दोबारा? नहीं,
करना है तो पर ये वाला फिनिश हो गया, अगर
हाँ।
कोई करना चाहे तो कर दो कोई, ताकि वो संतुष्ट हो जाए। कैसा रहा आज का?
ठीक थी। आज थोड़ा डाउन थी एनर्जी थोड़ी डाउन थी आज, लेकिन फिर भी ठीक था।
क्योंकि हिंदी और इंग्लिश का तो फर्क पड़ जाता है।
देखते हैं अगर कुछ होता है आगे। हाँ जी चाहिए।
हाँ जी हाँ जी, आप बोल सकते हैं, कुछ कहिए, कुछ कहना चाहते कहिए।
Acharya, what I was saying that about 800 years, out of that 600 years we were under Mughal rule. as Mahasi Dayananda Saraswati wanted. And briefly, just we all celebrated Ram Janam Bhoomi celebration yesterday. So we all had a very happy day, and we all, I think most of us must have used the candle last night to make our celebration. And our Samaj itself has got very important role in Ajodhya. You know, Mahasi Dayananda wrote 3 important books: Satyat Prakash, Sanskar Kriti, and Rig Vedadi Bhas Bhumika. Rig Vedadi Bhas Bhumika, he started writing on 6th of August 1876 in city of Ajodhya. And about 4 years ago, with the effort of my elder brother in India, they bought the property where Mahasi Dayanand wrote Rig Vedadi Bhas Bhumika. And my brother has been given a job of a chairmanship for renovation and building a memorial for Mahasi Dayananda Saraswati. And another big thing, big properties, Nishulk Gurukul Mahavidyalaya Ajodhya. They are in 40 acres, very prime place in Ajodhya city. So that is going to be developed as well. And as we know that Ajodhya in 3-4 years going to be very popular tourist place for all Hindus in the world. So that will be nice. So once again, thank you.
Okay, and in this connection, I would like to say that Adharaniya Devki Nandan Ji Agarwal, father of Minu Bahanji, he has set up, the Ram Lala, being Sakha of Ram Lala in the temple, and from that route case started, and that was the cause of, today the government or all Hindu Sabha own this case, and it has been led by Narendra Kumar, Narendra Modi ji, Prime Minister of India today. So that was due to him. So that is good information we got from Minu Bahanji.
Should I say something, Acharya ji?
Yes.
Should I say something?
Yes.
Yeah, बोलिए मीनू जी.
देखिए, राम जन्मभूमि के लिए सैकड़ों साल से त्याग और बलिदान हुए हैं, और कोर्ट केसेस में भी बहुत सी प्लीज और बहुत से आर्ग्यूमेंट्स दिए गए, पर जो मेन स्टे है, जो कि राम जन्मभूमि रामलला विराजमान को मिली है, मतलब ये इसलिए नहीं कि वो मेरे पापा हैं, पर अगर आप सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स देख लीजिए, वीएचपी की साइट पे जाके जो राम जन्मभूमि के बारे में उन्होंने कहा है, उसमें जो रामलला विराजमान का पोर्शन है, उसमें भी आप देख लीजिए कि जो कोर्ट्स ने रामलला विराजमान को ये मंदिर दिया है, भूमि दी है, वो उसी पिटीशन के बूते दी है जो मेरे पापा श्री देवकीनंदन अग्रवाल ने कहा था कि ये भगवान जो the deity is normally a minor in Indian culture, so a person becomes his guardian. So my father made this petition in the court as his next of friend, that I for the temple to be built. That's the only thing. I'm not pulling anybody down or anything, but just putting the point that it was his vision that this land was granted in 2010 and 2019 of all of the time. Thank you.
Yes, yes, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to, appeal, and yesterday as well I told you that Jogendra Pal Sethi has sent a check of 1100 for the Arya Samaj, tower uh, job, and all are requested to do, whatever you want to do, just think to do. And second Sanskrit class revision, it will be going on after the Ved Katha on every Wednesday 8 o'clock by Zoom. So you more and more people, I would like to say and request more and more people, please join with Sanskrit class as well. And lastly but not least, I would like to request you all members to request your friends as well more and more to join this Katha. This will be up to 11th of August, evening. It will finish on 11th of August evening. So more and more people